Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I am grateful that we're here and would ask that we not be dissuaded by the years' worth of behavior that we grow accustomed to in this place. One-upsmanship, surprises, an effort that positions us politically but doesn't solve the problem. And we came into this working group, and I remember saying at the very first one, let's make this different. Let's show Minnesotans that with this very contained effort, not should we do frontline worker pay, but how, right? The leaders that negotiated and set the terms for this working group set the terms for the working group. We all know this. This is a place where deals are made. For this $250 million for frontline workers, there was an agreement made on reinsurance. That's already done. That's out the door. We were asked not if we do this, but how we do this. I'm very sincere in my pursuit of how, and that we get this done for frontline workers. And so we did work all weekend, over the weekend. After we left that last meeting where we said, let's come back with a compromise, we will come back. Here we are with a compromise, not to surprise you, but to kickstart instead what I hope is a fruitful conclusion to this work. And if it means recessing to talk it through, we can do that. We've done that many times. You were recessed out in the hall before we even started. It's okay. I remember once at the end of a very hard session, caucusing in a hallway because there was no other place to caucus. We had 30 minutes to talk about a bonding bill. I remember then Majority Leader Pepin coming into the hallway and saying, you got to come back now. It's time to come back to work, because we were working our way through. We are accustomed to sometimes working under pressure. We can do that. But the pressure in this moment is whether or not we're going to actually proceed in good faith. So we can recess, talk about this. We can talk together about it. You and your colleagues from the Republican caucus who are seeing it for the first time can recess and talk about it. We can adjourn the meeting and come back and negotiate in between. We have plenty of options. And so I think it's really important that we not do the conditioned response, which is they're trying to get us, they're trying to find their path politically, but instead see this for what it is, which is a bona fide offer at compromise that gets us back to a solution for frontline workers. And I will say, I was asking about this earlier today, about what transpired in the long-term care bill that had a proposed $700 for the long-term care workers. It's not far off from here. And so I understand we've talked about lots of different totals, but even during the session as we were working through these issues and didn't find a conclusion for some of the frontline workers, there was an effort led in the Health and Human Services bill for long-term care workers of $700, not far off from this proposal for those very same workers. So we have tried very hard to come up with what is a compromise that represents what we've heard from everybody on the working group, but more importantly, what we've heard about the experiences of Minnesotans over the last 18 months, and really ask that you have a look at this for what it is, a real offer. Thank you, Mr. Chair.